Hey everyone, just want to make this morning video before I get ready to head off and start my day. In my personal reflection time, what I am thinking about is be very cautious before acquiring. In life, many acquisitions are done, purchases, spending money, making commitments are done through emotions. There is a whole section in stores based on triggering people's emotions, whether it's the end when you check out. There's different things placed there as impulse. They're called impulse buys, or different things strategically placed in a store to trigger an emotion. And in life, and specifically when you're living a downsized life, which I am, I live very much a minimalistic life. You have to be even more alert and mindful and conscious that you are living a non-conforming, non-normal society way of living. And so everything you're doing is opposite of how society is structured. So you're going to really have to be strong mentally to not give in to acquire as normal society acquires. Society is wired and the system is set up for you to get scared and to make purchases based on security, based on self-happiness, fulfillment. And many times what happens is you don't end up fulfilled. You don't end up in a place of security. You don't end up happy. What happens is you end up back in the same financial hole as you were. Or you go from RV to RV to RV. I mean, there was a guy that I watched that, everyone should do them. I want to be very clear. What works for me will not work for everyone. But I see some people, they buy one RV, then a year later they're tired of that, and then they go to another one, and they go to another one. Now, if that's what they want to do, that's how they should live. But for me, I got into this lifestyle because I wanted simplicity. I wanted to own my life financially. I did not want to get caught in the system of never-ending payments, never-ending financial security. Financial security is the number one piece of security you should worry about, not anything else, because when you have financial security, you're always going to be okay. To some extent, I preach mind, body, and soul on this channel. Take care of yourself well, and the rest will kind of fall into place. But I'm making that a point, and this is now not directed at anyone, but also to myself, through my life observations and through how I view things, because, I've been debating on whether or not to buy a home base, and it's still on the table. But I've taken my time, a year and a half, and I still am not ready to commit to anything yet because I really enjoy the freedom. But I will be fair and say, a lot of people, life isn't for everyone. The way I live, on the road, nonstop, it does take a toll on you. You have to be very strong mentally, even physically. And it's something you have to have a level of endurance. So I want to be fair in my analysis. Not everyone should live like me. All I'm saying is be mindful not to acquire when you're emotional. And I watched a guy, Dave Ramsey, who I don't agree with a lot of things he says, but I agree with his overall message. And he used to always say that. He had a radio podcast. He used to always say that, and he still does, is that like when you go through a divorce, when you go through an emotional time, you should take some time out to heal before you purchase, because you're very emotional. When you're very emotional and you make a purchase, usually it's a pathway to regret. And again, for me getting into this lifestyle, I'm very conscious now before I acquire, because selling my house that I had for 15 years, throwing everything out that I spent a lifetime acquiring, taught me that it's easy to acquire, hard to liquidate. Easy to acquire, hard to liquidate. Because if you do decide that you want to go a different direction, when you liquidate something, usually whatever you have to sell, you're going to get less money for. It's going to be more aggravation, and it's going to take more time to liquidate than it is to acquire. If you want to acquire something, you go to RV lot, you go to you go anywhere, you go to a shopping center, and you can just buy. You can buy on credit card, you can buy quick, you can buy fast. To get rid of it is a different story. Usually you're going to get less back than what you bought. It's going to be harder to sell. It's going to take longer. And again, the RV will not make you happy. The lifestyle will make you happy. Anything in life, the purchase itself will not necessarily make you happy. It's how your life is designed. That being said, do what you need to do for you, for everyone out there. Because I have to always pull myself back a little bit and say, everyone has a different path, and I respect that. And I want everyone to be them. But I also want to document my thoughts. This is mainly me self-expressing for how I view things. Doesn't mean you have to view them the same way. And what I'm here to tell you is just be careful. Because once you acquire something, it's very hard to get out of it. And don't be, this is me talking to myself, don't just jump from car to van to RV to a different RV to a different RV to a house to an RV lot to a this to that. Take your time and use wisdom, and always go by the principle of live below your means, take care of yourself well, and everything else will take care of itself. Ultimately, when you're ready, if it's 2 minutes from now, if it's 2 seconds from now, or if it's 2 years from now, when you're ready to do you and you've done your research, and there's no guarantee, even after you do all your research, then do you. But be mindful that when you wake up in the morning, you may view things different than when you went to bed. And so a lot of times let emotional waves pass, and you're going to be happy when you wake up and you realize you're not stuck in a long-term payment. But what's happened to me is usually I wake up, or if I acquire something and then the next day I wake up and I'm in a long-term commitment, I said, shit, why did I get involved with that? I shouldn't have did that. So this is how I view this nomadic life. That if you ever get to a point where you want to sell your house, your first step is not, and I did the research, I almost bought an RV, is don't buy an RV right away, because this lifestyle is not for most people, especially long term. And so you just got to be conscious of that. But I also then pull myself back and say, look, it may still be a great experience for you, and I don't want to tell anyone how to live. So if you want to buy an RV, buy one, okay? Because everyone's different. And then I say, once you're on the road for a little bit, you're going to want to buy a home base. Take your time. I'm not saying I'm against that, because it does wear on you just traveling. The overall message, because there's no one answer, is take your time, be patient, don't be emotional, and remember that easy to acquire, hard to liquidate. Take your time. Take your time. Peace be with you.